Hey up you lot, Binexel here and welcome back to my Pokemon Insurgence Nuzlocke. I've been gone for a while, don't mind that. Last episode, if you didn't see it, we arrived here in Mayara Town. And as soon as we entered, we were encountered by a woman named Audrey, who's the leader of the Abyssal Cult. She came into this museum. Wait, I'm not going to show you because I have to pay to get back in and there's nothing in there. But basically what happened was we went in and she basically had like this scheme and she ended up getting away with the silver wing. No wait, I think it was the tidal bell, that was it, tidal bell. Yeah, so she got with the tidal bell even though her whole cult's like Kyogre themed, she apparently is after Lugia, and apparently she already has the blue orb so she can get Kyogre as well. But first off this episode, I want to go through... Oh bloody hell. Do I have to go to my base to get the move reminder? Because I've got a heart scale, so I want to do that ideally. Move relearner. Because first thing I don't have heart scales. I thought, had I not been picking them up? I swear I picked up like the heart scales last episode, didn't I? That was rare candies I picked up. Okay, so yeah, that was a mistake. So I just realised it was rare candies I was picking up, not heart scales. So I did though see that heart scales I will be able to pick up as soon as I hit level 51. Which will be good because I think for Jol I probably should have taught Heat Crash, but I looked it up and that is like the only physical fire move he actually learns. So unless I want to be stuck using Mystical Fire as my only attacking move, I should probably get Heat Crash. But one thing I will say is Jol is actually going to sit out this episode. And that is because last episode I believe I mentioned how there seems to be a pattern where I repeatedly add Pokemon just before I find out that I'm going into an area where they're going to be extremely useless, and then half the time they end up dying before I get to an area where they're useful. And obviously with Audrey just appearing in the Abyssal Cult thing, I think we're about to go into a fight of the Abyssal Cult. And obviously they use mostly water types. Audrey has is probably going to have a Kyogre and or a Lugia. Now my Quagsire will first off be weak to Lugia's flying moves, and I've managed to add a grass type that doesn't resist water type attacks. And her only grass type move is Bullet Seed. So Jol's not going to be the best in this scenario. Now, when I originally thought of this, I thought I'd replace her with Neptune, because I thought I could get Neptune Storm Drain, so I'd have a grass type that is immune to water type attacks and gets boosted every time a water type move is used on it. And it resists flying type moves as a rock type. But I then found out that Storm Drain is Credely's hidden ability, and ability capsules won't work to get the hidden ability. So that would also be, I believe, a grass type that just doesn't resist water type moves. So I'm instead bringing on Saddle. Jol will be back, because I do want to use Jol. Because like I said, pickup will be brilliant. But I think at this point, Saddle is going to be more useful. Especially since I want to use Jol, because I believe somewhere said the next gym has like a mechanical theme. And with Jol both resisting electric and being super effective against steel, Jol will be brilliant in that gym. But I want Jol to last till then. So I'm being on Saddle for now. Obviously I'm going to have to train a bot. Bulldoze Seed Bomb bulk up. a good moveset. Takedown, not so much, but I'll deal with that. And also, what I do want to do is I checked all my Pokemon's alternate abilities. Well, apart from Saddle, because she's just on here for now. And of the Pokemon, the one that I do want to change is Medusa, because Medusa at the minute has Early Bird. Which, I mean, waking up quicker from falling asleep is good and everything, but I don't know how often I'm actually going to get put to sleep. And Medusa's alternate ability, if we have a look-see, if I can find my ability capsules. Oh, here they are. Medusa's alternate ability is Intimidate. And Intimidate will be really good. Yeah, I might as well use these rare candy as well on here. Actually, I'll wait till after training to do it. Yeah, because Intimidate's going to be really good, because I don't know the chances of me getting put to sleep, so there's no point in me just having that. But anyway, yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go train up Saddle, get to level 50, and then I'm going to go through the museum, down through that cave, and explore the rest of the town, and maybe end up fighting the Abyssal Court. I don't know if we will actually get to the Abyssal Court this episode, and I'm not sure we'll get to Audrey this episode, but I think that'll be the next big battle, so I think Saddle's a good safety precaution. So I'm going to get on with training now, so see you in a bit. Right, okay, so I'm back. Saddle's now level 50. And she now has the moves Horn Leech, Bulldoze, Seed Bomb, and Bulk Up. Horn Leech is a slightly weaker grass move than Seed Bomb, but it'll also restore my health. So I think Bulk Up and Horn Leech is a very good combination. I got rid of Takedown. Originally I got rid of her Double Edge because I thought that's just a direct improvement. But eventually I got rid of Double Edge for Horn Leech because I don't like using recoil moves all that much. Again, I'll use them if I have to, but I prefer not to if possible. And Horn Leech is especially good because it means if I can set up enough Bulk Up, I can just keep spamming Horn Leech and getting my health back, which could make Saddle very difficult to deal with. Okay, so other than that, I have got 2 rare candies. I'm going to use them now because what I always do is I just sit on items forever, never use them, and they just end up sitting in my pocket forever. So I'm going to use them now. I've got Joel anyway. Joel can pick up more for me. So I'm going to give 1 to Ghoul. Actually, do I just give him... I think I'll just give him both to Ghoul. But I need Ghoul to be able to do that heavy hitting because Ghoul's not going to be taking hits. Because Ghoul's quite frail. Anyway, now we should be good to move on. So if we go in here... It's still playing like Team Rocket theme in here. Even though the bloody robbery's over. Anyway, if we go out here, yeah, here we are. So here's the Peak Taxi guy. We couldn't come down here last time because Audrey had her Crawdaunt blocking the way. Ooh. Is this our encounter? I forgot we got an encounter. Whelmer. I'm not sure if Whelmer's actually good. I think it's quite bulky, isn't it, Wailord? But it's definitely going to be now. Hey, great job. I was trying to put you to sleep anyway, so... Fine. Okay. At least this one's actually doing visible damage to me. How many balls do I actually have left? I've still got plenty, yeah, I have. Alright, let's go with, have I got a heavy ball actually? I should probably use a heavy ball if I've got one. I think Wailord's quite heavy. Or Whelmer. Well, it's in anyway now. Whelmer, the ball whale Pokemon. While this Pokemon usually lives in the sea, it can survive on land, although not too long. It loses vitality if its body becomes dried out. Okay, so we've got a Whalmer. I know like the general thing with Wailord is the bloody skitty thing, but I don't think that's going to be like a decent name. Yeah, let's just call him bloody Roly-Poly. He's a bloody ball. Roly-Poly was transferred to someone's PC. Okay, so I guess if we do lose Feraligatr at some point, we've got a replacement. What's in this cave? Mayara Archaeological Site. Is there another encounter in here? Rock looks breakable. Not yet. But if we can get a standing encounter, I'd prefer that. This looks like the sort of place I'd find the Delta Pokemon though. Ooh, you're just a kid. Look, you can't just sneak up on me while I'm scheming back here. Huh, who am I? I guess it's no Delta then. Well, I'll tell you, but you've got to swear to me you won't tell anyone else. I'm back here in exchange. Capiche? No need for me to tell you my name. There's no need for you to tell me yours either. All you need to know is that I happened to find this cave a while ago and have been working on clearing out as much of it as I can. I've been selling most of my finds to the museum outside for a nice profit. Oh, so it seems fairly innocent. Alright, that enough to satisfy your curiosity? Unless he's lying to me. Then how about letting me get back to... Actually, wait a minute. Are you a trainer? I figured you were. By the way you're dressed and your companion following behind you. Listen, I've gotten quite a number of fossils while I've been digging in here, but I still have yet to find a fossil for one Pokemon in particular. Aerodactyl. If I could just get my hands on that last artifact, then I could offer to complete the museum's fossil display for a significant amount of money. If you're willing to help me out, I can make it worth your while. Fossils aren't the only thing I've found down here, and I'm willing to part with some of the rarest items in my collection, like say a Mega Stone perhaps. If you happen to come across something that holds the remains of an Aerodactyl, come back and pay me a visit and complete the trade. Okay, so he wants an old Ember. Have I got one? Got a plume fossil. Armor, None of them are an old Ember. Hey, it doesn't look like I've got one. Actually, I'll run around a bit first to see if I can get anything. Because was there a guy in Secret Base? Cause I think the fossil guy in the Secret Base is in Zeta. Sells you fossils rather than actually reviving them. Okay, I don't know like we're getting anything here, so let's just smash these rocks. Heart scale. Okay, we do have a heart scale now. So I can use that to get Heat Crash if need be. Armor fuck that. If that was an old Amber, that would have been great. Actually, could I just stay here and like break all these rocks till I get an old Amber? Hardstone. But I think at least in Hot Gods or Silver, you could get an old Amber from breaking rocks. Hardstone. Well, I think at least I know you could get the other two fossils from breaking rocks. Nothing there. Can you not get Pokemon in here? The rocks spat. Okay. Yeah, I might just stay here for a while breaking these rocks to see if I can get anything decent. Yeah, I got bored on the rock thing pretty quick and gave up. But now what we can do is I'm quickly gonna go to my secret base, see if that fossil guy does work, and I think he does. I'm Fossil Maniac, guess what? I'll be pleased to punch to... Okay, he just revives fossils, he doesn't sell me them. Okay, so I don't know how I actually get my old Amber. I don't know if I can get them from smashing rocks. So yeah, I guess for now we'll just leave that guy be. Yeah, there's blocks here that I didn't think could be here. So anyway, I guess on to the rest of the town. I think most of the rest of the town's down bottom, so I'm just looking at the top of the sequence first. Am I supposed to be meant to be able to do that, or is that a glitch? Okay, now I've got to go the whole way around just to get back to him. Yes, what else could I have gotten here? Could have gotten Jelly back, that would have been decent. Can't escape. Is Go-Go not fast? How are you so slow? He got away safely. How fast is Go-Go? Because I thought the whole point of like the riding Go-Go's and Carlos Sing was it fast. 77. How is this thing the slowest thing on my team? I mean, I'd get being slow in almost everything else, but for Alligator you should be outspeeding easily, mate. I guess I'll put Ghoul up front for now. I can maybe put Saddle back up front when we actually go into the hideout. Mantine, that would have been an interesting one to use. Because Mantine was decent in my Pokemon Showdown video for Johto. Hey, what's the Scarlet then? Oh, there, you look like a strapping young trainer. Do you think you could help me out with a little something? I could use the help of a mighty Pokemon user like yourself. Thanks. You see, I'm a sailor around these parts. I organise trade between Torrent and places like Kanto and Alola. But the island I've been using for storing goods has been ransacked by thieves and by pirates. Do you think you could help me and clear it out? I'd pay you, of course. Okay, I'll get to you in a bit. So, is that the same thing as the Abyssal Cult thing, or is that different? Okay, let's see what this girl wants, because we couldn't actually access her from like the upper part of the land. I'm in a small garden out in the ocean. This is a bit like where I caught my Apom actually. It's just a hobby, but I love doing it. The sea air is great for the lungs and the plants are well hydrated. Okay, so you don't actually give me anything. Patchy berry. I swear like half of the berry bushes I've not been able to take anything from. Is it just... This is just back to the museum, isn't it? I'd say we go help that pirate guy, actually. But not help the pirate guy. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, I'll help you. Yeah. Alright, let's go then. Trade outpost. Did we get an encounter? Are these guys actually going to be using water types, or is it just going to be whatever? Because they look like just general burglars. The bossman said I was part of the month. I gotta protect my title. Please be like mainly water based. Bustle, okay. Not exactly water type, but it'll do. Magneton. You don't get levitate, do you? And fucking bloody hell. Blast cannon. Okay, don't do too much. Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna have to switch out here. What? No. I don't get why I still have Perish Song actually, because I've not used it since like... I used it like once in like against Xavier, I think. And since then I've just not used it whatsoever. Okay, that's close enough. Do I have an Ice Heal or do I have to use a full heal? Ice Heal, there we go. I can't believe I actually got frozen though. Like, isn't that like... That's like the stats condition that appears the least. Yes, there's a big highlight there. I assume that's where the boss is going to be, because that's probably where everything is. Oh, there's a hyper potion now. I didn't see that. I was like, what stopped me running? Oh, the island's not actually that big. Can I not get an encounter here then? If I just run through that grass and nothing. Okay, doesn't look like there's any encounters here. Hey, what are you doing? We're robbing this place fair and square. Sure you are, mate. Burglar Dennis. Apon. Is that really the best thing you've got? Is there actually like nothing else here? Is it just the building? Yes, there seems to be a side entrance onto the building. Can I get an encounter in the water? It doesn't look like it. Still nothing in the grass. So yeah, I guess we go in then. Can I go through this door? No. Oh, is that just meant to be a box, not a door? It's just because that red carpet. Because I played Hot Gods of Silver. That red carpet always makes me think it's an entrance. But I guess it's just a red box rather than a red carpet. Wow, I'm just out here to steal some stuff. I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now. Why are you not stealing the timer ball then? Giggler. Okay, this is actually a good... We finally actually got a good matchup for Saddle. Yeah, I don't think we'll actually get onto the Abyssal Court this episode, at least not the meat of it. But I might fight a few grunts or maybe get this setup of their arc or whatever. Although I assume I've already had the setup. Okay, so Shadow Punch is stronger than Fake Out. So Shadow Punch should kill him. Okay, it better bloody kill. It will though. Please don't hurt me. Well, I've already done the hurting, so... Here's my timer ball. I think the main part of the building is that way, so I'll do the left bit of the building first. Oh, there's a TM there. I ain't got no tagline, let's just battle. But isn't that technically a tagline in and of itself, therefore creating a paradox? Because with you having a tagline, you can't use that tagline anymore, so you no longer have a tagline. I probably would have won if I had a tagline. Okay, now I need to heal up again. Hey, yeah, Solar Beam. Okay, not really useful whatsoever. And I think of my grass types, the only one that's actually special attack it is Credilli. But as I said, until I get like... I'm not sure Credilli's going to be that useful. Okay, so yeah, oh wow, a kid. I guess I should just turn myself in. Not... These don't have a boss, or is that other room just going to have the grunt as well? If they do have a boss, I'd pretty good manage to get all of the other rooms first. Okay. You only have electric moves other than Quick Attack. Even then, Thunderbolt maybe would have done more than Quick Attack. Right, I'm sorry. Plus Thunderbolt could have paralyzed. Okay, yeah, there's more. A Hyper Potion up Go-Go. Super Potion up even. I've seen the bosses through here. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too big because it is just a side quest thing. Yeah, I take it you're the boss. Right, so, hi, you're probably wondering why I'm back in town. Well, basically, remember earlier in the series I had a problem with, like, audio and that, and it kept going, like, I guess, like, just staticky and that. well, that happened again. I don't know why it keeps happening. Like, it happens quite rarely now as well. Like, it's not happened since, like, the Vesai Desert now. I don't know why it just randomly keeps happening. So, unfortunately, this episode, I did have, like, quite a lot of parts that are, like, RNG involved. So, rather than, like, trying to re-record the episode, this, the remainder of the episode is just going to be the audio being recorded in post. So, yeah, I apologise for it. I don't know why it keeps happening. Like, if you've got any ideas, let me know. I've just not got a fucking clue at this point. But yeah, I guess I'll hand it over to me then. That's right, I'm the boss man here. Tell me, kid, do you really think you stand a chance? I've been looting and plundering since you were just a wee babe. Bring it on, we'll never clear out of the trade outpost. Right, so, yeah, I ended up fighting this bloody, the boss of the pirates, Derek. He only played when he had the hacks list. I led with Ghoul because I just thought Ghoul's got the high chance of fighting whatever. I faked out, it didn't do that much, so I went into Yoko because obviously Yoko is immune to dragon attacks. He went for Taunt first time. I don't know what he thought I was going to do. But his plays in general weren't very smart. I think like here I tried to check like how much Fairy Wind does or whatever. Yeah, I think I was checking for if Fairy Wind did more with the super effective, which it does because now just 80 compared to 75 per slash. So I Fairy Wind. He Dragon Net. Of course the intelligent thing to do now would be to just hit me for as much as you can, but he Dragon Dances again. I assume he only had like bloody God knows fucking what, like just dragon moves for attack maybe? I don't know, because like I think Haxers can get poison gel, which would have done most. I doubt that one had poison gel. Because I used Scallywag. Yeah, so I assumed he only had dragon moves. But what? How? You can't beat me. The boss said I have to protect him so nobody finds out. Yes, this is where I found out that this guy isn't actually the boss, or isn't claiming to be the boss. Shoot, I just spilled the beans, didn't I? The real boss didn't want anyone finding out. Fine, go ahead and face the boss. If he can lead our little group from behind the scenes as a Pokemon, he can take you out. Okay, so yeah. Like I said, I was surprised to find out that this guy wasn't the boss, because he's got a different colour sprite and everything, so I assume he was the boss, which is obviously what you're meant to do. I went up the stairs and saw that. Yeah. Quite interesting to see a Pokemon as the boss. Turned out to be a Delta Raichu, which was exciting. It's unfortunate I can't show you the reaction because it's like completely fucked audio wise. But yeah, I still don't know like if this thing actually was the leader or if he's just claiming it, because as you know, Achu I don't think can actually fucking talk. So it'd probably have difficulty leading them in any sort of actual way. I caught it. Tiger Shark Pokemon, a water type. A Delta species discovered by No Name Dummy. It takes large bites out of docked boats, forcing local fishermen to invest in boats made of extremely strong metal. Okay, so I named it Tooth because, well, the last Axio I had, I believe I named Spike, but this one really doesn't have like, that kind of does Spike, but I wanted a different name in general than just naming it the same thing again. And that's really all there was on the island, so yeah, I guess then I decided to get on with exploring the next route. Okay, so let's see what this, I don't know. Wow, you found what was attracting all those thieves and pirates to me den. A Pokemon, a Delta Pokemon. Yeah, so this confused me slightly because if I don't know if that actually was the leader then, because if it was just attracting them to the den, that implies they were here to steal it. Which, yeah, wouldn't make it the leader. Bit confusing, but shiver me timbers, I never would have guessed. Listen, I owe you then. let me pay for your troubles. So he gave me like 3,000 money. And yeah, then offered to take me back to the mainland. I said no initially to like finish exploring the island while the pirates were gone. But well, I thought I did anyway. Oh yeah, I went back to see if there's anything there. There wasn't anything there, so yeah, let's just move on then. Okay, so now I went south of the city. I'd stocked up on like potions up beforehand, and I reached the stormy seas. So I started surfing down the route. Obviously there's a new encounter this area, and I got it quite soon. I seem to be getting a lot of like encounters in the water. But I could have replaced Jelly, I had the option, because Jelly was quite a good team member, but I decided against it. But especially in Nuzlocke, I like using a variety of Pokemon. I am surprised that Tentacle is faster than Yoko though, although I think Tentacle might get Swift Sprint, so that might be an explanation for it. I'm not too sure though. But anyway, I used Duke's Claws on the Tentacle, so I didn't get it. I then put Ghoul in front so I could escape more easily if I did find a Tentacle. But I think Ghoul is the fastest on my team. Yeah, so then I really found out there's static Pokemon in this route. It's a Quagsire there. And obviously I get a static on top of my regular encounters. I skipped it to see if there was any others. I found a TM for Thunderwave as well as a static Corphish. I think I decided that I preferred Corphish over Quagsire because I can only take one of them. And obviously, first of all, we already got a Quagsire, and second, I think Fordor just seems like a more appealing to use Pokemon than normal Quagsire. Yeah, I think normal Quagsire is decent at least, but it's just I'd rather use Corphish. But Fordor's always seemed like a really cool Pokemon to me, but I've never gotten a chance to use it. Again, I doubt I'd use them anyway because I've got like Fish Hook and Tooth in front. But anyway, then I got my normal encounter. I skipped the Corphish for now just because I don't know what I'm going to find further down. But I could find like a static Delta or something further down the route. Yeah, so I ended up with this Wingull. I think I'd like gotten overconfident because earlier in the episode, if you saw, I was fighting a level 40 Whelmer that I was trying to catch, and it used Amnesia, so it took a couple of Fairy Winds. I thought it's level 40, so it should still be able to take at least one Fairy Wind on like red health. It didn't, as you can see, so I didn't get my regular encounter of the Stormy Seas. However, then I ended up in the Whirl Islands. The Whirl Islands, I think I was confused because Audrey had mentioned them, but they're meant to be in Johto. So I got my encounter here, which was Wingull again. I would have been able to use Duke's Claws on this had I successfully caught the one on the other route, but since I didn't, this was my encounter for this route. So yeah, it would have been cool to see what I could have gotten on this route had I actually gotten the other Wingull and been able to use it as Duke's Claws. But I mean, Wingull's Pelipper's not terrible. It's not like particularly good, and I doubt I'll use it, but it's not terrible. I think I used one in Zeta, I think. I think I ended up naming this one after it. Yeah, so this was actually a bit more difficult than it should have been to catch. I think originally I did think I'd used Yorna on the first turn. I think it was a mistake that I didn't. But I think I ended up getting confused why isn't it falling asleep by the second turn. Not realising that I'd forgotten to use Yorn on it. Yeah, this thing was a little bit of a pain to catch though. But I think once it fell asleep it was relatively easy. But I couldn't damage it anyway. I think like maybe Saddle could have hurt it with like a Horn Leech or Seed Bomb or something, because actually that's neutral I guess, isn't it? So I'm not sure if I could have actually hurt it. I don't know though. Luckily I didn't have to. Fell asleep and went uncomfortable. yeah, seagull Pokemon. It makes its nest on a sheer cliff at the edge of the sea. It has trouble keeping its wings flapping in flight. Instead, it soars on updrafts. So yeah, after those updrafts is what I named my Wingull or Pelipper in Zeta that I told you about earlier that I used for the fire team. So I named it Draft the same as I named that one. Because I'd be up to using it again really, because although I did use it, it was on the team for like one gym. Which is something I will come back to towards the end of this episode, actually. So basically now I spent a while like wandering around the island, seeing if I could actually find anything. Because yeah, I didn't know what was going on, because obviously Whirl Islands are meant to be in Johto. So it was a bit confusing. I wasn't sure if it's like going to be like exactly like Johto, because like that bit where you can climb on top of the island, that wasn't in at least Hot Gold, Soul Silver. There is a dive spot there. I'm not sure if that's going to like lead me into one of the caves or something, because I don't have dive at the minute, so it might be a little bonus area later on. Like maybe like if because I probably won't get at least both Kyogre and Lugia from this bit, so maybe if I go back like post game and dive down now, I can catch like one of them. I don't know. That'd be my assumption at least, because I might get the chance to catch one of them if I end up fighting Audrey. I assume I'll fight Audrey, but I don't know which one I get to catch. Yeah, so I wasn't sure whether like in these caves would be a separate area to like the rest of the like Whirl Islands, because obviously I already caught that draft of my Wingull outside. So what I decided I'd do was catch my first encounter of this Celio in the Whirl Islands, the cave part, and then I'd put it in the same box with that egg that I caught earlier, the one that I said caught, that I got in the same city as Helio City along with Bombslide. But I don't know the legality of that egg, because obviously it's a statue. So I'm not sure on the legality, because I got two statics in the same area, or technically they both give Pokemon. So I'm not sure if I can use the egg because I got it second. So I put it in a questionable legality box. I don't think I'll be able to use it. Hopefully I won't ever have to use it, and this Celio is going in that same box. So yeah, I caught the Celio. The ball roll Pokemon. Celio lives in horizontal ice flows. Using its powerful flip as it shatters ice, it dives into the sea to hunt prey 5 times a day. So yeah, I got my Celio and then I had to name it. Right, so I decided to name it Walrus. Obviously it's a pun on Walrus and the Toys of Us, like sort of spelling. I couldn't think of a decent name. I did later go back and change it to Walls of Us, just so I thought it sounded better. I mention that now because I might not like keep it in the video, just because if I can just mention it now, there's no point like actually showing me changing it, because it's just the movie, the name later. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so at this point I was literally just going back through my encounters and getting the ones that I hadn't gotten before. So here's the Thorfish. I picked it over the Quagsire. This one is legal. And yeah, Crawdaunt should be a fun Pokemon to use. Okay, so yeah, I ended up catching the Corfish successfully. Went in the ball nicely. I didn't actually even put Super. I didn't remember that I'd done that. So the Ruffian Pokemon. Once it gets play with its large pincers, it will never let go, no matter what. It is a hardy Pokemon that can thrive in any environment. And obviously then came the problem of having to name the thing. Okay, so yeah, I settled on the name Eugene, obviously named after Mr. Krabs. I know Corfish isn't technically a crab, but For me, it's always like the closest thing to Mr. Krabs. I think it's the pincers mostly, and like the colouring, because like all the other crab Pokemon are either like the wrong colour and didn't exist when I was a kid, or like Krabby's not like got the correct look to its claws because they're like sharp rather than like I guess more of a cartoony shape. So yeah, I don't know why I'm going this in depth into why I named my Corphish Mr. Krabs, but yeah, I guess that's that. So then what I did was I went back up to Route 8 because I'd remembered there was a hidden grotto here that I just had an item last time, so I didn't get my static from it. So I went back and a static, and you probably notice it's quite a particular static. It is a Delta Pokemon, a Delta Munchlax. A grass type Munchlax in fact, which is fucking brilliant considering that I'm going into an area that's like most likely going to be full of water types. Because so far like all of the Abyssal Grunts have used water type Pokemon. So I'm assuming they're going to be themed. Unlike Perfection, because I don't think they actually have a type theme. I guess Perfection there's no really like one type. But yeah, anyway, the quick ball didn't work. I did yawn it. I did notice it has like two moves that do the exact same thing, Growth and Rototiller. Those moves do just do the exact same thing. So yeah, I yawned it, and then I think I was looking for nest balls or something, but I didn't have any. So yeah, I ended up just throwing an Ultra Ball, and I can't remember, this might be the one that it went in. It might not even have gotten to. Okay, yeah, it did. So yeah, the growths in that weren't really scaring me considering it's a Munchlax. But I am really excited to use this thing because Snorlax in general is just a brilliant Pokemon. It'll be nice to have another bulky Pokemon on the team because like, at the minute Yoko's my bulkiest Pokemon. I think Snorlax is bulkier than Togekiss, but I'd assume it is anyway. So yeah, the Knoll Pokemon, a Delta species discovered by Sparrows 413. This Pokemon lays in the field all day after eating, absorbing nutrients from the sun. So yeah, I gathered from that that it like photosynthesizes, and quite quickly I picked the name Synth. I know that that's an instrument, but it is named after like the photosynthesis thing. So yeah, I think after that, that was like the last major thing that I did in the video, I think. So I think after that, I'll hand back over to like, well, like, I'll get rid of like the actual footage and just hand back over to me now, I guess is the best way to explain it. So yeah, see ya. Right, okay, so yeah, this is me again. I'm properly playing it now. So yeah, I just thought this is like the last little outro bit, and whatever's left I can do perfectly fine by just doing it again. So yeah, so first like, I went to my PC to like obviously look at what I'd gotten. The only difference is obviously Walls of Us I renamed to just make it better and put in the questionable box with the egg. I'm not sure if I can use this too. I don't think I can. I think I've decided by now that I'm just not going to use them. So I guess I'll just leave them there for time being. I don't think I need that box. Then I went through my Pokemon that I'd caught this episode. So I'll start with the less exciting ones, I guess. So Roly-Poly, Modest Nature, Attack Down, Special Tackle. I didn't actually know that Wailord was special, but I guess it's welcome given that nature. Water Veil is decent, I guess. It's not too good for a special attacker though. So Blind Rest, Dive and Amnesia, nothing particularly special. So then Drac has Keen Eye, which I think is probably, it might even be the only ability that Drac can get, I'm not sure. It might get Swiftswim actually, I'm not sure. Actually no, it can get Drizzle, but that would be hidden ability. You might get Swiftswim, I don't know. So Neutral Nature, it's decent. Aerial Ace, Roost, Agility, Air Slash, again nothing particularly special. Eugene, Hardened, Vice Grip, Lair, and Bubble Beam. Again, nothing special. It'll need training up anyway. Hyper Cutter, I think it's the usual ability that these have, so I'm not sure if they even have enough one they can get. And Neutral Nature again. So now I guess I can run some more interesting ones. So Tooth has Water Veil, Timid Nature, Attack Down, Speed Up. Not the best ability in order for physical attacker. Water Veil again, but this time I think it's better because Burn's a bigger problem for physical attackers, so I think it's more useful for Tooth than it is for Roly Poly. And then we've got Poison Fang, Ice Fang, Crunch, and Agility, which is a pretty good moveset actually. Obviously it's going to like level up, so I'd probably get rid of Agility for a water move before I actually add it to the team. And then we've got Synth, who not only comes with leftovers, Docile Nature is neutral, so that's good. It has Thick Fang, which basically means Fire and Ice moves are no longer super effective against it, which is brilliant for a Grass type. And then Absorb Vertical Growth, so not a great moveset, but against level 10 it will learn moves. So yeah, one thing that I did mention that after I'd caught Synth was whether to take Synth instead of Saddle, because I did want to use Saddle, that bulk up Horn Leech combo. I think it would still be good for the thing. But I also wanted to use Synth. But it's a Grass type, obviously. They'll probably also have a lot of Ice types, which Synth also resists, considering that it has Thick Fang. Well, not resist, but neutral too. But yeah, and that's where I left it, with not knowing whether to take Synth or Saddle for the next episode. But since then, I have had an idea. So, obviously in this game, there's quite a decent way to... train with the Secret Bench Trainer, so I can train up quite quickly. So because of that, what I'm thinking of doing is, instead of doing what I'm doing now, of just having 6 Pokemon that I take on everything with, I think I'm going to have like sort of a rotational team. So by default, I'll just try and have 6 good, relatively balanced Pokemon on my team whenever I'm just doing whatever. But whenever I'm going into a battle against like a gym or anywhere where I know there's going to be like one specific type, I think I just put together a team specifically to deal with whatever I think I'm going to fight. So I could take both Synth and Saddle, which would be good. I'm thinking at the minute of leaving Sage out because Ghoul and Yoko, I say, are the best 2 in the team in general, I think. Because like Yoko's sort of a tank. Ghoul is a glass cannon, but it's been a useful glass cannon so far. Medusa resists water type moves. And obviously we've got our 2 grass types, which have Saddle and then a trained up Synth. And then Fish Hook, although it doesn't have a stab move, it's a water type, so it resists most moves, and it has Crunch and Ice Fang, both which would be super effective on Lugia, which I think will be good. Whereas Lucario, at the minute, Sage, only has fighting type moves, which isn't going to be particularly useful. But I think Sage is the one I'd leave behind for Synth. But again, I'm not 100% sure yet. Tooth could be a useful thing as well, but I think if I've got Fish Hook, I don't want 2 of the same type. Because, again, like I said, if I just bring too many grass types on new hand, then that Lugia would fuck me up. So I think 2 would be my limit for it. And then obviously when I go into the mechanical gym afterwards, I can take Synth and Saddle again, maybe, along with Jol, and who knows what. Because I did this against Xavier, but I've not done it since, because after that I had a bit of a rough patch where like basically my box became very, very barren. There were like 1 or 2 things in there, so I couldn't really do that. But now I'm at a stage where I've got some decent Pokemon in reserve, so I think I could do that. and it also gives me a chance to use Pokemon that I want to use but maybe wouldn't get the chance otherwise. Because I obviously like Iggly here I'd like to use, but with Yoko and Medusa on the team I can't at the minute. But if I go with this strategy of like changing up my team regularly, I'd be able to like, say if we went to a Psychic type gym, I could put Iggly on the team without those two having to die beforehand. So I think that's a pretty good idea. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to stretch it out too long because, well, yeah, that's all I had to say, so there's no point stretching out any further. So next episode, obviously, we go deeper into the caves of the World Islands. I'd assume that's where we're going to fight the Abyssal Court in Audrey. Hopefully, so it'll be like our first time properly taking on a cult. But so far the only cults we've actually full-on fought Perfection cult, and that was just time that we've beaten rather than like actually fighting a good like faction of the cult. So yeah, that'll be good. Again, I apologise for like the audio problem. I hope that whatever I've done is fine. What I've basically done is muted the clips and talked over them. So I hope that works fine as the best that I can do. I will like put some like music in the background of it because obviously I had to mute the game music as well because it records like everything in one. So like there's the footage, the audio, and my audio from speaking as well. So I had to mute that as well. So I'll probably just chuck in some music as well. So hopefully it's not too bad. I'll try to keep checking footage more as I go along in future, just so if this does happen again, it won't be for like a good like half hours or whatever worth of footage. Yeah, so sorry about the noise issues. I don't know what caused it. I'll try and like be more on top of it in future. But yeah, until next time, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.